this sort of John Wick Hex. This game, if you want to give it that, it's whack. So John Wick Hex was developed by, hey, what are you doing? I am the unasked and the unnecessary Hex Wick, the worst possible creation. Nigga, would you sit your ass down and put my gun where you found it? Anyways, Jesus. So, John Wick Hex was developed. I can't even think of coherent thoughts right now because how like mad and how just let down I am by this game. But anyway, seriously, this was directed by Mike Bitch Hell, whatever. I like to say Bitch Hell. I want to say Bitch Hell. Anyway, it was developed by Bitch Hell Games. I guess Mike made this game because I guess he made the company Bitch Hell Game. But anyway, this was published by none other than Good Shepherd Entertainment, and this is their latest project. And honestly, this is their worst one to date. Very, very colossal disappointment, honestly. This game is supposed to take place in New York City. This is a game that is time-based, that has a strategy with elements of resource management where the player maneuvers the character throughout the level on a hex-based grind, using various moves and actions to defeat enemies and avoid being hit by his foes. That's it. That's all. That's what the game is about. That's all that's given, honestly. Here's the thing. I understand this is a hex-based game, but that doesn't mean that, look, I'm surprised no one is talking about this right now. Maybe because we don't want to have anything to do with it. But the crazy part is that when I found out that they was making a John Wick game, it kind of swept under the rug. Like, I found out because I went to a PlayStation store and I just saw it, and I'm like, they made a game? I'm surprised this didn't blow up. I mean, this is freaking John Wick. Everybody should be talking about this. In fact, I know a few hardcore John Wick fans that didn't even know this game came out. I was like, y'all know a John Wick game came out, right? They was like, no, I had no idea. But luckily, I played it before they did because they're more of a hardcore fan than I am. And man, if they would have took my advice and they ended up trying to play it, they would. Oh my God, we probably wouldn't even be friends anymore. But this is a terrible game, slow burn game. And the crazy part is that I don't even want to do it because this is John Wick. I love all three of the movies. My favorite one will always be the first one, the Boogeyman himself. But this game is the Boogeyman. I do not want to freaking play this anymore. I barely finished it. I just got finished playing it earlier today. But this game made me sick. It made me nauseous. I mean, I know the game has like certain elements to it to where you have to kill your enemies. This is basically a stealth game where you're supposed to like choose different tactics of how you wanted to try to defeat your enemies. But come on now, this is John Wick. This is a person that you're supposed to have like stealth and quick action events of how you're supposed to defeat his enemies or whatever. Have you freaking seen the movies? How quickly he gets engaged into combat and stuff with the fighting, with the gunplay and all that stuff. But no, you have to take your time playing this. You have to make your strategy worth it. You have to it's like a game of chess. And I'd rather play chess and play any slow like board game than play this bullshit. At least those can be entertaining and you know what you're getting yourself into. But what I'm saying is, by this being a hex game, it shouldn't have been in John Wick standards. This should have been in another game based on a hex strategy level. John Wick should have been a fast paced shoot 'em up game. Now I know people are gonna say, well, maybe they couldn't find another game that can replicate John Wick's strategy. Yes, you can. You remember that game that came out a long time ago? Let me see. What is that game called? Wet? Wet was off the chain. Wet was a good game. And the strategy of that game kind of rectifies John Wick. I mean, she has swords. John Wick, he can use like sharp objects. This nigga can use anything. Quick time gunplay events, car chasing scenes, running on walls, even though he doesn't really do that much. But at the same time, like, I can see that can be a John Wick game like that also. If they made a game like that was like Wet, oh my God, this would be the game that everybody would be talking about. But instead, we got a freaking Hex game, which shows how much, as many times people like to talk crap about movie license games, this can be the worst one. This could be the worst one that I've ever came across to. This is probably the worst game I played this year. I can't see me playing anything worse than this, honestly. But anyway, what else am I missing? The soundtrack to it. The soundtrack. I can't really explain. You know what? Hey. You used to do music, right? I remember you was telling me that you used to, do like vocal music with your mouth and stuff. Do you still do that? Yeah. I used to do vocal DJ music, but that was a long while ago. Okay, great. Do me a favor. I can't play the John Wick music on here. I don't want to get myself copyrighted, but play one of the tracks on John Wick so they can hear, if you don't mind. Okay. Let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, stop. I'm sorry you guys had to witness that. Honestly, the soundtrack does not. Jesus Christ, it got hot in here. The soundtrack does not sound like that as much as I remember. I was just so nauseous playing the game. I just had to make my own soundtrack of how the game sounded. But the game. The soundtrack is boring from what I remember, if I can remember correctly. The gameplay is dull. It's a boring game. Like, the strategy to it is just, it's mediocre at best, and I'm really being nice right now, but the gameplay mechanics, everything about the game is bad. I tried to push myself into playing it, pushing, but it just, I was able to beat it this morning, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, it's just, I honestly didn't feel like reviewing this. So that's why I was trying to make, have fun with it as much as I can. And it hurts me because this is John Wick, like I mentioned. And as far as I can tell, this is the worst game I've played this year. And if you're curious of playing this game, please don't. Save your money. If you have like within $20 or $30 and you're just trying to find a game to play and you run into John Wick, stay away from it. There's better games that you can play that's well worth your time. Go and play Streets of Rage 4. Go play After Party. Go play games like those that I just reviewed recently. I promise you, check those out. You would not be disappointed. But as for this one, this John Wick game, it really fell flat, and I really hope. Trying to be mature right now. I really hope Bitch Hell Games do better, do a lot better than this. If they make Hex games, stay away from John Wick. Stay away from games that is not based on these type of strategic projects, because it's gonna fail again, and it's going to look, you're gonna do more bad for yourself, you know. But other than that, that's all I gotta say about it. The game is whack, and just don't even bother trying to get the game. I'm gonna have to give this an F. This game fails to be a success dramatically, and this game fails to be played again. I do not want to play this game again. And the reason why I give it an F is because I can understand bad games, I can understand shitty games, I can understand games that, you know, that you don't feel like playing. But if it makes you sick, and if it just pierces your brain to a certain extent, and you do not want to, I'm sorry, it's just, this was the last game I played, and I'm feeling like this right now. If you want to feel like this, then play it. I feel drowsy right now. I feel like shit. This is, what time is it? It's like about to be 5 in the morning, and I feel like fucking shit. It's fucking late, and it's not because I'm sleepy. It's because I have a headache, and I just, this game has really made me traumatized in my mental state, to the point where if I see anything that replicates John Wick, this game, I'm gonna really flip out. Just don't play it. Do not even, just act like this game don't exist. Just don't even think about this game. Like I said, play those other two that I mentioned. Play Streets of Rage 4. You will not be sorry. And definitely play After Party. You will definitely love that game. You will love that game so much. About time the damn bell rung. I was getting a little drowsy. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Please stay tuned for more of my reviews. This is like the worst review I've ever did. I'm stumbling on my words. All right, let's try this again. I'm not even gonna censor this out. Let's try this again. Let's do the bell again. There we go. All right, that's all I have for today. Please stay tuned for more of my reviews and my videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.